So you're thinking about moving to Sandusky, Ohio. But let's be real, there are ups and downs with any major city you choose to live in. So in this video, we're going to cover the pros and the cons of living in Sandusky, Ohio. Whether the pros might be entertainment, the cost of living, the commute, and the Lake Erie lifestyle, or the cons could be traffic, the weather, and more. Here's a quick snapshot of the Sandusky market conditions as of today. Inventory is steady, but slightly lower than last year. The market itself has leveled out. It's still competitive if the homes are priced properly. Your average sales price is in your mid to low 200,000s. The days on market is around 30 to 40 days on market. And then your sale to list price is at about 95.5% as of right now. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I'm Adam Williams. I'm a local real estate agent here with Keller Williams Citywide and the Night Team. On this channel, I post everything real estate related to the northern coast of Ohio, really covering from Vermilion, Ohio, all the way through Catawba Island, including major cities like Vermilion, Huron, Sandusky, and more. I do all of this so that you can stay informed on which city you'd like to live in, the current market traits and conditions, and more. I get calls from sellers and buyers all the time looking for more information about moving to this area. So if that's you and you want more information, please feel free to reach out. All my contact information is in the description below. I'd love to help you out on your journey. Pro number one is the Lake Erie lifestyle living. Sandusky sits right on the coast of Lake Erie in northern Ohio. It's a part of the vacation land destination. So people from all over the country come to vacation land specifically to experience a lakefront lifestyle that Sandusky has to offer in all these other cities. So what does that mean for you? It means boating, fishing, and much more. Sandusky is a great location for families looking to take advantage of the summertime. You have direct access to Kelly's Island and Put-in Bay. There's ferries right here. The Jet Express downtown Sandusky takes you right over there. You have plenty of marinas to choose from, so you can dock your boat and have direct access to all the water has to offer. Jet skiing, kayaking, all of that, fishing as well. Another aspect is the Sandusky Bay Pathway. You can come ride your bike in the summertime, you can walk, and we're on it right here, right now. This is one of the most beautiful parts of Sandusky right here with the water and Cedar Point in the background as well. You also have direct access to the Sandusky Yacht Club and the Jackson Street Pier. Jackson Street Pier is one of the most well-known destinations here in downtown Sandusky. This is a pier that overlooks the bay. You have access to Cedar Point and the views there. More importantly, on the weekends, there's a lot of concerts that take place down there. So imagine this. You're right here downtown Sandusky. You go to dinner after work with you and your family, get some ice cream, and then go walk to the Jackson Street Pier. You're probably gonna have live music, amazing views, and some of the best sunsets around are right here in Sandusky because of the way the sun sets over the water, overlooking Marblehead. Pro number two, and this one is actually my favorite. It's all of the attractions and entertainment in Sandusky. So there's obvious things like Cedar Point, which is the roller coaster capital of the world, considered by many, including me. There's also, you have things like golfing, boating, water parks, and then local festivities that happen right here in downtown. So Cedar Point. I grew up right over here, and every summer we went to Cedar Point from the time that I could actually ride rides all the way up through high school. Some of my favorite memories when I look back took place at Cedar Point. We had an annual season pass, and so for me, I will always cherish that. And now as an adult living here, I still enjoy it. One thing about Cedar Point when it comes to entertainment are the evening entertainment that you can actually have. So a lot of people, when they get off work, what they like to do is they'll have a season pass and they'll have the annual dining pass. So you can go to Cedar Point and enjoy an evening where you walk around, have food for free, enjoy the entertainment for free, and then go home, get ready for work for the next day. Cedar Point is a great place for families. It is the roller coaster capital of the world with all these record-breaking roller coasters, but there's also Snoopy Land and different attractions for really young kids. So that's a great thing that families can enjoy. When I look back at my childhood, I have photos today of riding Millennium, Magnum, the Raptor, and all these awesome rides. So for me, I know one day I want my children to experience that same thing. Other forms of entertainment here, we have water parks. So Cedar Point has its own water park. We have Kalahari, Great Wolf Lodge, so a lot of water activities for families. We have plenty of golf courses around here that are not too expensive, but still higher quality, so you can enjoy that. We have all the boat marinas here, which we've talked about with a lifestyle. And then downtown here has different activities for families and locals almost every weekend, especially in the summertime. We have our local car shows that happen usually on Friday nights. This last year we had the Tommy Boy Festival, so that was a lot of fun. There's live concerts down at the Jackson Street Pier almost every weekend. So when it comes to entertainment, it really is endless here in downtown Sandusky. Last thing about attractions and entertainment, I would say, are the restaurants. There are plenty of restaurants to choose from, not just in downtown Sandusky here, like Small City Tap House, Dockside Cafe, but really Perkins Township, all over Sandusky, there's plenty of restaurants. One of my favorites, by the way, a hidden gem, is Toff's Ice Cream. It's Ohio's oldest dairy, however you want to say that, but it's got the best ice cream around. So if you come here to visit or you live here, go check out Toff's. Pro number 3, affordability. Sandusky is really affordable when you look at the average home prices in comparison to much of Ohio, especially when you start looking into Cleveland, Columbus, and some areas of Toledo. What I like about Sandusky's housing affordability is I personally love to live on the north coast of Ohio. And when you start looking at the surrounding areas, when you consider Catawba Island, Vermilion, Huron, Sandusky is slightly lower in comparison when it comes to average sales price. Other factors you can consider here when it comes to pros and housing affordability, the taxes are lower. When you look at the more urban cities in Cleveland and such, in those areas like that, you're gonna have higher taxes, the property taxes that is, and then the average cost of living in Sandusky is lower as well. Pro number 4 would be the location and commute. What I mean by that is when you look at the northern coast of Ohio, especially vacation land, Sandusky sits right in the heart of it all. It's right in the middle. To the east, you're going to have Vermilion, and to the west, you'll have Catawba Island. And that whole area, maybe even up to Toledo, you would consider vacation land, but Sandusky's smack dab in the middle of that. Even more so, Sandusky is also right in between 2 major cities, with Cleveland on the east side and then Toledo all the way on the west side. So while Sandusky doesn't have its own airport, it's not a big metro city, you're only an hour away from either one of those larger cities. So if you need to get to the airport and some of the other lifestyle things that those bigger cities offer, you're just an hour drive away from that. But while you still have that quiet, quaint hometown feel that I personally love a lot. Con number 1, Sandusky has a limited job market. This is largely because Sandusky is mainly based on healthcare, education, tourism, and hospitality. So during peak season, the tourism and hospitality service is great. There's a lot of jobs available, but then obviously with Cedar Point closing in the winter, job market goes down a little bit there. Healthcare and education are really big in this area because of the hospitals and awesome school systems that are here. But if you're in need of a larger job market, Sandusky might not be the greatest fit for you. Con number 2, well, we do live on Lake Erie, so we're gonna have weather issues and we're going to have lake effect for some people. So what I mean by weather issues, you're gonna have some lake effect snow that happens. Obviously it's Ohio, so we do get cold season here. You get all 4 seasons, but one disclaimer about lake effect. Yes, we live on the lake, but since we're situated at a certain point on Lake Erie, the snow tends to push, I sound like a weatherman right now, but this is the truth. The snow tends to push further east towards Buffalo and then parts of Ohio like Ashtabula. It's actually known as the snow belt here. So it's very fascinating. We'll have a big storm come in, but we kind of miss a lot of it. We do get snow here. I'm going to be very clear about that. If you hate snow, this might not be the place for you. But while we get some snow, it's nothing like over in Ashtabula, Buffalo, New York, and other places around the country that get a foot of snow at a time. So we'll have a couple inches here and there throughout the winter, and the lake effect is a real thing. But from my experience living here, the winters really aren't that bad. I know people that have moved here from Florida, and that's their first comment is they thought that it was going to be so horrible to live here because of how bad the weather would be in the winter, but really it's not that bad. And I will say, a lot of these counties here are really good at taking care of the streets, plowing them and making sure they're safe to travel on throughout the whole winter season. So while it is a con for some people, it's not that big of a deal. Con number 3, small city vibes. For some people, that might not be what you're looking for. What I mean by that is when you consider larger metro cities like Cleveland and some other areas, you're gonna have more nightlife. faster pace of life as well. One thing to consider too is shopping. While Sandusky has a lot of shopping available, it's not going to have all of the boutique stores that you might consider for the fashion industry that places like Cleveland and Columbus are going to have. So for some people, that small, quaint town charm might not be a good fit for you. For others, it might be. Con number 4 is traffic, mainly and specifically during peak tourist season. This is largely because of Cedar Point and some of the attractions that Sandusky has to offer. So when it comes to downtown Sandusky and the causeway to Cedar Point, during peak season, you're going to experience a little bit of traffic. Now let me say this, it's nothing like living in downtown Cleveland or some of the other larger metro cities that you have rush hour to deal with, but you are going to have a little bit of traffic issues here in peak summertime. Also during Halloween weekends at Cedar Point, that is when Cedar Point is the busiest, because it's pretty awesome to go there at that time. So people from all over the country do come in to Sandusky during that. So what does all this mean for you? If the Lake Erie lakefront lifestyle, entertainment like Cedar Point, the restaurants, that small city vibe, if that's appealing to you, Sandusky is probably a place you should check out. However, if you're the opposite and you're looking for something that has a much faster pace, larger city feel, more diverse job market, you might want to look somewhere else. Either way, I would love to help you out in your journey when it comes to buying or selling in real estate. My contact information is in the description below. Feel free to call me, text me, or go ahead and book a Zoom call, and we can talk all about what you are looking for you and your family. Make sure to watch this next video. It's going to help you narrow down the areas that you're looking for to buy your next home. We'll see you on the next one.